Families and guests, may I have your attention? We are about to begin the 152nd commencement ceremony for Shepherd University's undergraduate students. Please welcome the platform party led by President Mary J.C. Hendricks, Faculty Senate President and Mace Bearer Dr. Larry Daly, and the faculty as we begin the opening commencement processional. Please rise as you are able for the degree candidates.
The 2025 commencement for Shepherd University baccalaureate degree recipients is now open. Please be seated. Welcome, everyone. I am Mary Hendricks, a proud alumna and president of Shepherd University. On behalf of the Board of Governors, faculty, and staff of the university, and especially on behalf of our graduates, I welcome you, families and friends, to the 2025 Baccalaureate Commencement Exercises for Shepherd University. We are honored to welcome today's distinguished guest, Baccalaureate Ceremony Commencement Speaker and Honorary Degree recipient, Mr. Hoppy Kercheval. I wish to thank the Commencement Committee members and the many faculty, staff, and student volunteers who have worked tirelessly to make commencement a success. We welcome those who are streaming the commencement exercises live via YouTube. We extend a special welcome to those stationed abroad in service to our country, our active duty personnel, and all veterans, and we thank you for the sacrifices you and your families make every day. I would like to thank our police force for keeping us safe and secure at home. Without the sacrifices of our police and military, we would not have the opportunity to celebrate this special occasion. Thank you all. Shepherd has a rich history of having outstanding faculty, and we are honored and proud that Dr. Matthew Cushion, Professor of Mass Communication, was named one of the 5 finalists for the 2024 West Virginia Professor of the Year honor. 7 other Shepherd faculty members have been distinguished with the Professor of the Year statewide honor in recognition of their work in the classroom, on campus, and in the community. In the past, an additional 8 faculty members have been honored as finalists for this prestigious award, which is given annually by the Faculty Merit Foundation of West Virginia. I would also like to introduce members of the Platform Party who will not be introduced later in the program, and I ask them to please stand and remain standing for our applause once all are named. Mr. Austin Slater, Jr., Vice Chair, Board of Governors. Ms. Susan Menser-Blair, Member, Board of Governors. Ms. Mina Moore, Member, Board of Governors. Ms. Holly Morgan Fry, Vice President for Student Affairs and Director of Community Relations. Dr. Curtis Adams, Dean, College of Arts, Humanities, and Social Sciences. Dr. Ben Martz, Dean, College of Business, Recreation, and Education. Dr. Robert Warburton, Dean, College of Science, Technology, Engineering, Mathematics, and Nursing. Dr. Jason Best, Assistant Vice President for Strategic Planning and Institutional Effectiveness. Dr. Larry Daly, Faculty Senate President. Dr. Amy DeWitt, Associate Dean of Student Academic Enrichment. Dr. Richard Stevens, Associate Provost for Faculty Affairs, and Ms. Donna Miller, Director of Enrollment Management. One final note of business, as a courtesy to all graduates and guests. Thank you in advance for silencing all electronic devices so that everyone can fully enjoy this special day. Natalia Johnson, class of 2025 degree candidate, will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Brianna Smook, Class of 2025 degree candidate, will then sing the national anthem, followed by Paul Teeter, Class of 2025 degree candidate and president of the Student Government Association, who will offer welcoming remarks on behalf of the association. Please rise as you are able.
Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. Hello, fellow graduates, or as I typically begin talking, hey y'all. Usually when I get on a stage, I either give a speech or bust a move while singing karaoke. Unfortunately, or perhaps fortunately, I will not be doing the latter. During the past 2 years, I have had the honor and privilege of serving as your Student Government Association president and representing you on the Shepherd University Board of Governors, and I could not be more proud of everything we have accomplished. Shepherd University's unofficial motto is, Shepherd Students Succeed, and I think there is no better proof of that than the class of 2025. All of the unique events we've experienced have shaped us into the leaders we are today. We climbed out of COVID, persevered through unprecedented political challenge, and even joined together and survived good old Brother Ray at the corner of Canooty. We have consistently persevered in ways that have made us one of the most resilient graduating classes of this generation. But the most important thing that has shaped us, as cliche as it sounds, is the friends we made along the way. But in all seriousness, I challenge all of us to maintain the friendships and connections we've made throughout college. Our mutual experiences will continue to empower and embolden our strength and resilience. As the amazing Dolly Parton once said, "The way I see it, if you want the rainbow, you gotta put up with the rain." Well, I say we've certainly experienced a lot of rain in our lifetime, but now we have finally reached the rainbow. Thank you, and go Rams.
It is my great privilege to recognize Doctor of Humane Letters honorary degree recipient, Mr. Hoppy Kercheval. Mr. Kercheval, please join Drs. Cherry and Daly. Mr. Hoppy Kercheval, West Virginia's radio dean, has been on the airwaves since 1976 with a career spanning from news and talk to sports and politics. A native of Summit Point, West Virginia, right here in Jefferson County, Hoppy graduated from Jefferson High School before attending West Virginia University. But it should be noted that Hoppy was a transfer to WVU. He began his college career at Shepherd. And Hoppy, please remember, once a ram, always a ram. Yes, okay. It was during his time as a student in Morgantown in 1976 that Hoppy joined the West Virginia Radio Network and began his broadcast career as a news anchor and reporter at WAJR in Morgantown. After earning his bachelor's degree, he took over WAJR as news director and started to establish his identity as a leading broadcaster in the state. Kercheval is also one of the founding fathers of the West Virginia Metro News, where he served as news director until his promotion to vice president of operations in 1991. 2 years later, he created Metro News Talkline, the signature program of West Virginia Metro News, covering state politics and top news events. Kercheval made a name for himself in state politics as well by moderating numerous political debates and forums with candidates for governor and United States Senate. National reporters and talk shows frequently refer to Kercheval's insights regarding West Virginia politics. He earned his Master of Science degree in journalism from West Virginia University and received an honorary doctorate of humane letters from West Virginia Wesleyan College, as well as a presidential honorary doctorate from West Virginia University. Over the years, Hoppy has received considerable recognition for his role in broadcasting, including the Mel Burka Award, which is given annually to West Virginia's top broadcasters from the West Virginia Broadcasters Association. He is also a member of the West Virginia Broadcasting Hall of Fame. Even after his retirement in January 2025, he continues to make appearances on Metro News Talkline, providing his observations on state issues. Additionally, he works as a media consultant for WVU Medicine and serves on the board of directors for the Bonnie and Bill Stubblefield Institute for Civil Political Communications at Shepherd University. Your remarkable career and dedication to the current affairs of the state attest to the strengths and breadth of a college education rooted in science and the liberal arts. That, coupled with the work you will do with the Stubblefield Institute, strongly connects you with our mission here at Shepherd University, and I know your exceptional journey will inspire these graduates as they begin to embark on their own careers. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Shepherd University Board of Governors, I hereby confer upon you, Mr. Hoppy Kercheval, the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters honoris causa. That all the rights and privileges attached to this degree be preserved unto him, we have issued this letter patent from our hand, sealed with the official seal of the university.
Thank you, President Hendricks and Shepherd, for this incredible honor. Thank you. And as you heard, I was born and raised in Jefferson County, born in Summit Point, just down the road. And the first year of college I spent was here at Shepherd, 73, 74. And I loved it here. A beautiful campus, inspiring professors. However, I transferred to WVU because they had a broadcast journalism degree program, and I wanted to get out of my parents' house. I mean, that was probably the main thing. But a half century later, I'm back and I'm getting this degree. Thank you so much. So I spent a career in radio and in broadcasting news and sports, much of it as a radio talk show host. So the bad news is I've been put in front of a microphone, and I can go for hours. The good news is President Hendricks made me swear I would go no longer than 7 minutes. And the better news is I'm 1 minute in. Over the next 6 minutes, though, I want to offer you 6 pieces of life advice for you. Now, research suggests that the day after you hear a speech, you remember about 25% of what was said, so maybe you'll remember 1 or 2 of these things. I hope so. Number 6, you will suffer, but suffering is manageable. You already know this from your young life experiences. You heard your student body president talk about the struggles you had here. You'll have setbacks, and trust me, there's more to come, and they'll happen at the least inconvenient times. You can't avoid suffering. The key is how you deal with it. Buddhists have a practice called Lojong, which cautions against self-absorption. The more you're focused primarily on yourself, the worse your suffering will be. In addition, obsessing about the things you want and think you need makes it harder to find the happiness and joy that's all around you. Number 5, know what you don't know. You know a lot more today than when you got here a few years ago, but you don't know everything. The typical college student, the typical college graduate, leaves with 0.00001% of all the world's knowledge. At least that's what ChatGPT told me this morning. But no offense to your education here, it's just there's a lot to know. And your education here, as good as it was, doesn't end today. You need to be a lifelong learner. You'll find that the more you know, the more you realize that you don't know, right? But that's okay, because the accumulation of knowledge over a lifetime will bring you wisdom, confidence, power, as well as the joy of discovery. Number 4, be present. We live in a world of increasing distractions to the point where many of our human interactions are more like transactions, very impersonal. It can be hard to be truly present with the people we come in contact with, even when we're physically there. As a result, we are denying ourselves the opportunity to build and maintain relationships and the joy that comes with that. This extends from our most meaningful relationships, family and close friends, but also anybody we encounter. The friend of a friend that you just met, the convenience store cashier, even the DMV clerk, people you come in contact with. The spiritual teacher, Eckhart Tolle, said, wherever you are, be there totally. So it can be hard to do, but just give it a try. When you're out and about, come in contact with somebody, try to be present there at that moment and feel the joy that comes with that human experience. Number 3, find the work-life balance. Many in my generation, me included, really bad at this, probably work too much. Now it seems we're shifting back the other way. How you find that balance, that's a personal choice of yours. But I'd advise you to spend the early years of your career practicing deferred gratification, which is a term I heard from V.J. Brown, sociology professor, back here my 1 year at Shepherd. Employers want individuals who bring value to the workplace. Value to the workplace. You want to establish yourself as competent, dependable, and somebody who brings that value to the workplace. And if you do that early in your work life, you will find that later on in life, you'll have the avenues opening to you for that balance that you seek. Number 2, this is one of my favorites. Spend time with your grandparents. Your parents' parents are a living history, and they know stuff. They have lots of years of valuable experiences worth sharing. I know it's annoying when you're with them and they say, well, back in my day, but just be patient with that and do yourself a favor and dig just a little bit deeper when they say that. Ask them, how did they meet? When did they get married? How did they buy their first house? Ask them what your parents were like when they were your age. What events were going on in the country, in the world, when they were your age, and how did they react to them? What were their most impactful life experiences and struggles and successes? Do they have memories or stories about their parents and grandparents? Listen closely, because their answers will prompt more questions from you, and you'll get way beyond the back in my day opening. This will deepen your relationship with them and deepen your knowledge of your own personal history. Number one, Madam President, you'll like this. Come back here. Come back to Shepherd. This is a place where you were challenged intellectually and socially, where brilliant professors helped you form what Cardinal John Newman called a habit of mind that lasts through a lifetime. This might be the place where you fell in love, fell out of love, fell in love again, where you made friends that will last a lifetime, as the student body president referred to, where you lived in that crappy apartment. Maybe, just maybe, where you occasionally partied too much one semester but still managed a respectable 2.8, and that's okay. Now you're anxious to leave, to go do remarkable things and have great adventures, to follow the curve of that arc that started here, but know that Shepherd is home. You're always around. You can come back, and you will. You'll meet your friends here for homecoming. You'll bring your spouse, your children. You'll point out that crappy apartment where you live. You'll tell them all the stories from your, well, you won't tell them all the stories from your college days, but many of them. You'll be drawn back because your experiences here are embedded in your mind and in your heart. Now, technically, I have another minute. But instead of saying anything more, I'm giving that final minute back to you. Consider it a graduation gift. Congratulations, go Rams.
Thank you, Mr. Kercheval, for the inspiration of your work and your encouraging words to us today. We appreciate your sharing this important day with us. It is my pleasure to introduce Eli Hall, class of 2025 degree candidate and senior class president, who will deliver remarks from the graduating seniors. As Eli comes to the podium, I want to share some remarkable news with you. Just yesterday, we learned that Eli Hall has been selected for a Fulbright scholarship. This is a highly prestigious award, which he richly deserves. Eli, thank you. Congratulations. It's remarkable.
Thank you, Dr. Hendricks, and hello, everyone, and congratulations on graduating from Shepherd University. Since we're all going to be here for a while longer, I just want to say two things on my copy. First, I implore you to never stop pursuing knowledge. We all came to Shepherd University for different reasons. Whether your parents made you go to university, whether you've done this entirely of your own volition, I'm certain that you've learned something in the last 4 years. If you want to make a lasting impact on the world, or at least a better version of yourself, I think continuous learning is what helps us get there. Second, I implore you to thank the people who have helped get you here. We all have friends, family, staff, and faculty who have helped us make it to this point. There are some faculty members who have made me into the person that I am today, who deserve recognition from myself and to deserve to be recognized in front of the Shepherd Administration and Board of Governors. I would like to thank the following faculty members. In no particular order. Dr. Stephanie Slocum Schaefer for her commitment to pushing students to be, for her commitment to pushing students to be the best versions of themselves and for dealing with my stubbornness this semester. Second, not in order, is Dr. Rachel Krantz, for inspiring and helping me to learn another language, specifically French, and inspire me to continue learning languages as I leave Shepherd University. Dr. Brooke Comer, for making sustainable food systems always present in my mind in the discussion of sustainability, the numerous letters of recommendation over the years, and always wanting to see the best for me. Dr. Sam Green, for letting me know that I could, in fact, go to places like Harvard, Princeton, or Stanford, for supporting me in finding scholarships to help pay for undergraduate and now graduate study, and most importantly, making me constantly evolve by being able to poke holes in any scholarship essay or paper of mine that came across his desk. And finally, Dr. Art Holzlag, who noticed a timid but curious student in his Political Science 100 class back in August of 2021. Dr. Holzlag, nor myself, did not know that we would not only make it to Chicago and Rhode Island to present research papers together, but that we would spend countless hours discussing world affairs, political theory, and life generally. These 5 people are just some at Shepherd University who have made me into who I am today, and I encourage you to get a photo, write a letter, send a text, do something to those people who have made you into who you are. I've never graduated college before, but I imagine that it is those people who you have to thank here today who you will remember several decades from now. That is all. Congratulations, class of 2025.
Thank you, Eli, for your remarks, and to the class of 2025 for the generous class gift toward the construction of a weather shelter for West Campus. On behalf of the generations of Shepherd University students who will benefit from this gift, we express our sincere gratitude. We now move to the recognition of our degree candidates. I would first like to recognize and congratulate those students whose achievements have earned them the highest academic distinction that Shepherd University confers. The McMurrin Scholar Award is the greatest academic honor granted by Shepherd University. Today's graduating McMurrin Scholars have maintained a minimum of a 3.86 grade point average and were nominated by at least 3 faculty members before being approved by the faculty at large. Would the Joseph McMurrin Scholars please stand as you are able and be recognized? Congratulations, McMurrin Scholar graduates. You may be seated. Phi Kappa Phi is the nation's oldest and most selective all-discipline honor society. Membership is by invitation only to the top 10% of seniors. And now, would the members of Phi Kappa Phi National Honor Society please stand as you are able and be recognized? Congratulations, Phi Kappa Phi graduates. You may be seated. At this time, I would ask that Dr. James Cherry, Chair of Shepherd University Board of Governors, come to the podium. Will the platform party please rise? Will all of the candidates for baccalaureate degrees please rise as you are able?
All right. Good afternoon, family, guests. I want to present you these candidates who I know to be sufficient in knowledge according to the ancient and revered customs for the degrees of Bachelor's of Arts in Elementary Education, Secondary Education, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Music Education, Music and Performance, Bachelor's in Science in Nursing, Bachelor's of Social Work, Regents, Bachelors of Arts. By the authority of the Shepherd University Board of Governors, I am pleased to grant these candidates their degrees with all the rights. You may move your tassels from right to left. Would the platform party and students please be seated?
It is my great pleasure to be the first to congratulate our graduates of 2025, as well as their families and friends, on this major life accomplishment. Hear the name of each candidate for graduation. Please hold your applause as the names are individually read. After the awarding of degrees by each college, we will ask you to help us recognize our graduates with your applause. Will the Grand Marshal now begin to usher? As the candidates make their way to the stage, Shepherd's Brass Ensemble will provide a musical interlude. Please join me in thanking Dr. Scott Hippensteel and the music program for providing music for